Hey, I'm Cole Cabana, AEW wrestler, and you're watching the BWF Wrestling Podcast. Woo!
Wrestling fans, we have another action-packed, educational, yet fun-filled episode this week as we cover one of, if not the greatest, Intercontinental champions of all time, the Honky Tonk Man. Before we get started, if you could please give this video a like, it goes a long way to helping our channel grow. It only takes a second, so I'll wait for you. Did you do it? All right, perfect. Thank you so much. Also, if you leave a comment, you can win a BWF prize package. Joining us, as always, is your main squeeze and mine, Canada's favorite media personality, G. Patrick Condon. Patrick, before we get started, please tease our loyal fan base about some exciting news that we have coming up in the near future.
Okay. Stay tuned because we have some exciting news coming up for you, the BWF Nation, in the future. What is it? I don't know. I wasn't aware Aaron was going to throw this at me. I didn't read the script. Oh. Yeah, so this is me improving, but as I am Canada's favorite media personality, it's no big deal. Aaron, how you doing? How's everything going for you this week?
That was an amazing tease. Perfectly done. But yeah, stay tuned. We do have some big news.
I've already done the tease. I asked you, how are you?
All right, I'm doing good. I'm doing great. My week is busy as always, but I love it when I get a chance to sit here with you and Andrew and just talk some old school wrestling. It's literally the joy of my week.
Hell yeah! I said, give me a hell yeah!
I'll give you a hell yeah.
All right, that's Andrew has got a little pep in his step. I do too. I've been putting electrolytes in my water starting since last week. And
what?
Electrolytes.
Okay.
Do you know what electrolytes are?
Things that give you energy. I guess.
You find them in a Powerades or in. All right. That's it for now. I got a big thing coming up here. So you put them. They're in Powerades or Gatorades. It's putting a boost in your water. So after the amazing election win from last week, I started watching as much Dana White stuff as possible. Saw that he was putting these electrolytes in his drink. So I said, okay, I'm in. I looked at Dana White, looked at his political leanings. I thought this is the guy for me. So I went to a local vitamin and supplement store here in town. When you know it, the guy that served me, the general manager, none other than friend of the show, Moondog Dylan Davis. That's right.
Wow, Moondog.
He's back at the Moondog. He's got, he told me about his wrestling school that they are moving to a new location where he signed a year-long lease. He was very excited about that and said that we would drop up and take a look at it. And so that's another tease. There you go. I'm 2 for 2 for teases right now. Dylan Davis, the Newfoundland Wrestling School, will bring Andrew up. Andrew can get trained. Or Andrew can watch me getting trained. I got a feeling that somebody's going to get a chop across the
Oh, yes. Someone's definitely going to get a chop. I can't wait to see that. It's going to be good stuff.
So that's something to come in the new year after we're going on a long hiatus because Bishop is jet setting. He's going on some sort of retreat for a couple of months. So when we come back, expect that.
Oh, great stuff. And also shout out to his promotion, NEW. I do believe it's New Evolution Wrestling. They're in St. John's. Check them out.
Yeah.
But now I think it's time for the Chronicles and the Intercontinental Championship run of the Honky Tonk Man.
Aaron, why is now the time to do the Honky Tonk Man? How is it that we ended up doing it this week?
This is a topic that you wanted to cover for a while, so I put it to the vote, to the nation on our YouTube community page.
That's right.
And our fans have spoken. They would like to hear all about the Honky Tonk Man. So here we are.
That's awesome. Yes. And this is something that we're going to be trying out more in the future, is to build up this fan interaction. And I got to say, it seems like it's been working. The comments are off the chain. And for our last week's episode, which was what?
WrestleMania 8.
WrestleMania 8, which was a nothing episode, I didn't think, yeah, you certainly weren't batting at 1,000 for that bitch.
Andrew did an excellent job of editing last week, so thank you so much, Andrew. You made it watchable.
Saved us. Andrew hitting the applause button for himself. The good applause button.
But speaking of those comments, though, from last week's episode, I'd like to read a couple out here before we get started with Honky Tonk Man. Why not?
I just want to jump in first to say it's so refreshing to get comments that aren't attacking either me or you or insulting us. It's great.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. One comment is from @DickClark8804 saying that he was at this show. Speaking of WrestleMania 8, one of my best memories as a child. The place shook when Warrior came out, and to answer the question, the Queen and King, as in reference, the Macho King and Queen Sherry, is his favorite pairing with Sensational Sherry. Wow. Thank you so much for that comment. And then we have another one. Some kind lady.
Does that guy get the? Because surely that was one of the things that we promised the moon for anybody that would comment.
Oh yeah, absolutely. This guy's entered automatically to win a BWF prize package. You can win an action figure. You can win rolling papers. You can win both. Who knows? There's so much stuff. T-shirts. All kinds of stuff. Stickers.
Bishop's car. He'll give you his car.
Yeah. But let's see. JB Smith, 8848. Some kind lady recorded this event on VHS for me back when I was 6. I watched this WrestleMania hundreds of times. Pure nostalgia. Enjoyed this, lads. You are kindly welcome, young man. It was our pleasure. Keep those comments coming, everybody.
My God, it's almost like viewer mail all over again.
It really is.
Our most missed segments. Anyways, that's great stuff. Hopefully, we keep it going today. We're just gonna spam throughout this episode of what is it? Engagement porn, I guess you could call it.
Sure. And speaking of which,
oh, nice. Sometimes leave it. And Andrew was good. I gotta say,
he's good. Yeah,
sometimes.
But yeah, leave a comment, folks. Who do you think? Is Honky Tonk Man the greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time, or is it someone else? Is it Gunther, Macho Man, Brett, Perfect Razor? So many options. Let us know. Leave it in the comments and be entered to win a prize package. And you know what, Pat? That kind of sounds like a tournament idea we could do.
Oh, you love those tournaments. You love them.
I do.
Yeah, they're brutal, but yes, you do love them. We did it right once, and we've just been chasing that high ever since.
Chasing that dragon.
Yeah, that's right.
Speaking of the dragon,
yes.
what a great segue! Oh my God,
man, we are operating on a whole new level now this week.
I know, right? We're starting this with Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, who just won the Intercontinental Championship at WrestleMania 3 from the Macho Man. If you want to hear about that and how Steamboat won the title, you can go back into our archives and listen to that episode. It's a really good one. But this match between Honky Tonk Man and Ricky Steamboat for the IC title, it would only last 3 minutes, and Honky Tonk Man would use the ropes to cheat his way to victory. Honky Tonk Man, he kind of fluked his way into this title match because it was never supposed to be him. It was actually supposed to be Butch Reed getting this title shot, but Butch, he was nowhere to be found. And Slick, his manager Slick said in an interview, Butch messed it up. I can't put it on Vince. I can't put it on Pat Patterson. I have to put it solely on Where It Lies. Butch messed it up. Butch was the kind of guy that did not care. And Honky Tonk Man would say, yeah, I just happened to walk by while they were standing in the hallway, and Hogan looked at me and said, what about him? And that's how it happened, because Butch was AWOL, and he was talking about Vince. Vince and Hogan were standing in the hallway. He just happened to walk by and got the opportunity.
Now, I love Honky Tonk Man. I love hearing him tell stories. He's probably the quintessential traveling wrestler, like doing his career started down south, but he did make his way up to Calgary to do the Stampede Wrestling.
Don't call it Calgary, Jesus.
Isn't that how it's pronounced?
Oh my God, no, it's Calgary. It's Calgary.
Okay. I have to make a note about
Oh God, that goes right through my ear like styrofoam. Sorry.
People do that? People here in Newfoundland also sometimes will call it Calgary. I don't know.
People in Newfoundland, it's Calgary.
Okay, jeez, what a pronunciation militant you are. I'll try to do better. That's all we can do. So he came up. He met Brett. He knew Brett up there. Wayne doesn't have anything nice to say about anybody. Wayne being Honky Tonk Man, he trash talks Brett. But I feel like it's almost like this Don Rickles kind of thing where people get a kick out of Honky Tonk Man trashing them. Although sometimes he'll talk about Jerry Lawler in a way that Jerry cannot find flattering. But so he came down from Stampede Wrestling with this ready-to-go gimmick where he's ripping off Elvis Presley, and Vince McMahon brought him in as a babyface, which always did he bring him in? Do you think he brought him in as a babyface with the idea of turning him in the way that he did?
I don't think so. I think he legit that babyface was the way to go for that character.
He's so, I love Honky Tonk Man because he's, the way that he works, he probably could still wrestle a match right now because he was a punch kick guy. He would do one bump in a match at most throughout his career. Didn't do any damage on his body. He was a great heel in that he always cheated to win. And when he lost in spectacular fashion too.
And that's pretty much the theme of this Chronicles, I think, that we're going to find, because he was a master of cheating to win. You're right. His matches were short. Up until this point of the Intercontinental Championship, we had like those hard workers. You had Tito Santana, the Greg Valentines, Macho Man, Steamboat, Pedro Morales, and so on. You had these workers. And now all of a sudden you get the Honky Tonk Man who's doing absolutely everything he can to cheat to win in as short amount of time. Greg Valentine, it took him 20 minutes to warm up in his matches. Honky Tonk Man, his matches weren't going past 5 minutes, so the crowd hated it. He became such a heel because the crowd just hated it so much, and it elevated the Intercontinental Championship even more. And
as we'll find out, his reign was not a short one. It's one of the longer ones.
It was the longest until this year at WrestleMania.
And so there you go. It's a testament to how well the program worked, and I'm sure everybody loved working with him. But what was also interesting about him, his old school ways, was like he was all about he was kind of like Roddy Piper. It was like all about not losing on TV, or if he was going to lose on TV, it was going to be like a big event. It was some advice that he had gotten somewhere probably down in Memphis along the way. It was just like, don't lose on TV, don't lose anywhere where they can prove it, because it would reduce your value on the open market. And so he was, I wouldn't say that he was a mark for himself, because I don't think if there's anybody that was never a mark, it's Honky Tonk Man. But he wouldn't just lose to anybody. So it was cool. It was a very interesting guy with a very interesting philosophy about the business. Anyway.
Absolutely. No, absolutely, Pat. And all that's going to come into play very, very shortly. But before we get there, let's start off by the beginning. He wins the belt from Ricky Steamboat, and immediately he's supposed to drop the belt to Jake the Snake Roberts. Honky Tonk Man's first feud when he came in, his first big feud when he came into the WWF was against Jake. And Jake got injured by Honky. Jake claims to this very day that this guitar shot was not gimmicked, and this incident led to his painkiller addiction. So with Roberts out of commission and with Honky with no opponent, along with Butch Reed's no-show, Honky got the shot at the Intercontinental Championship. When Jake Roberts returned from injury, he returned too early. He didn't heal properly. So between that and him failing drug tests, he never got the shot at the Intercontinental Championship. So Honky Tonk Man was slated to keep the belt even longer. And of course, he had support from Hogan backstage, which of course helps your cause quite a bit, especially back then in Hogan's heyday.
Right. Is that what you said, that it was Hogan that suggested Honky to take Butch Reed's spot? Was it? And he just happened to be walking by and said, why not Honky?
Yeah, Hogan and Vince were having a conversation, and Honky walked by. Hogan said, what about him? And the rest is history. But yeah, Honky, his reign, he would start off with some smaller victories against Paul Roma, George Animal Steel, Coco Beware. He even faced Bruno Sammartino. Bruno, he won via countout, as a lot of Honky's opponents would. Yeah. But his first real feud came against the Macho Man, Randy Savage. And Honky was going around proclaiming himself as the greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time. Savage would want to win the belt back, but the feud became even more personal when Honky kept making advances towards Elizabeth. The two would square off on Saturday night's main event in October of 1987. This match was really, really good. This match had the fans on their feet as the Macho Man brought it to the Honky Tonk Man right away with all of his signature moves. Macho would go after Jimmy Hart on the outside after he starts threatening Elizabeth. This would give Honky Tonk Man an opening. Eventually, Macho would regain the advantage. Jimmy would get involved in the match again, but Macho would grab onto him and punch him right in the kisser, knocking Jimmy out. Honky Tonk Man can't revive him, so this will lead to the Hart Foundation coming out. Neidhart would carry Jimmy to the back, and Honky Tonk Man and Brett would follow. All three would come back to the ring, and the match would continue. When the Macho Man reverses the shake, rattle, and roll, he nails the flying elbow, and he's about to win the title before the Hart Foundation would come and break up the pin and cause the DQ. What happens next is engraved into the memory, I think, of every 40-year-old wrestling fan on the planet. Neidhart tosses the referee outside the ring, and it looks absolutely brutal. We see a 3-on-1 beatdown on Macho Man before Honky Tonk Man raises his favorite 6-string over his head and threatens to hit Macho with it. But at the last second, Elizabeth runs in and makes the save. She's on her knees. She's begging the Honky Tonk Man to leave Macho Man alone. Honky Tonk Man would shove her down and yell at her until she got out of the ring, and she would run to the back. Honky Tonk then, he would play his favorite tune and smash the Macho Man into next week. Before they can do any more damage, we see Elizabeth dragging Hulk Hogan down the aisle. When Hogan realizes what's happening, he and Savage clear the ring. You gotta love Hogan's face here. Classic Hogan.
Okay, so this is what must be the beginning of where we would eventually end up at WrestleMania 5, right? And this is
the beginning of that. This is what sparks everything.
This is way more than a year in advance, right? We haven't hit Mania 4 yet.
No, this is still 1987. This is October 87, and as we see the boys, the Mega Power, Hogan and Macho, as we see them clear the ring, they hit a handshake. They did full handshake, and the Mega Powers are there.
No, but this is
it.
not the handshake.
This is not the handshake. No, not the.
That you were getting.
No. This is but that's not far off.
This is the precursor. This is just the warm up to them. They probably did it once. They're like, we could probably make more of a deal out of this. And cut to 20 years later, and Aaron Bishop is harassing people at WrestleCon to get them to reenact the handshake.
That was so good. That was funny. Yeah.
Was. That was you, right? It was you.
That was me, yeah.
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 I wasn't imagining you and I was doing the funny thing. It was you. Okay.
But yeah, folks, we are at the halfway point here, so I figure why not take a little break and let's do some trivia.
Now, Bishop, I went to the candy store here, and you wouldn't believe it. Look what I found.
Oh, you found him.
I found them here, and I'm going to see now. Yeah, I mean, you're down to still the last two. I'm going to see whether or not you have been overselling them compared to the hot peppers that I've been having to eat the last couple of weeks that have really hurt me. I think I have an ulcer now, and so we'll see if these Bean Boozled jelly beans are as hot as you claimed.
The green ones are the hottest ones I've had so far.
What were the green ones?
The green ones, yeah.
Okay, which are
The jalapeno. Jalapeno.
All right, so
I thought we'd do something fun, Pat, with our trivia. We are 22 weeks away from WrestleCon, from WrestleMania. That gives us enough time to have a little contest. And I figured, let's have a race, an old school race like we did before last year. First person to 50 points wins. Loser has to do a punishment at WrestleMania weekend.
Okay. No, I do not accept that. Sorry. Decline. No? I don't care. I'm the heel in this, all right?
Folks, if you want to see Patrick get punished at WrestleMania, leave it in the comments.
All right, yeah, for sure. Leave it in the comments, please.
Because he knows he's going to lose the trivia. I get it. You're not going to win. So I mean, why bother trying, right?
Why are you attacking me like this? I've been nothing but polite to you and nice to you this entire episode, and you insist on attacking me.
I'm trying to do some reverse psychology stuff here. It's not working, I don't think. I'm bad. I'm always the good cop, never the bad cop.
On camera, yeah, for sure, on camera. These people don't know what you're like behind camera at all.
That's true.
Vicious.
That's true.
Vicious.
Such an
negotiator. Low balling.
Oh, no.
Good. It's good. I like it. I respect it. I fear it. Okay, so I guess we have 3 questions each with the tiebreaker. Andrew came up with the questions. If we need a tiebreaker, he will chime in, but we will go back and forth. 3 questions each. I guess best out of 3 between the two of us will be the winner. And as we are talking about the Intercontinental Championship, the questions that I received from Andrew were all Intercontinental Championship based.
So are mine. One of them is really, really easy, but the other 2 are pretty good. I don't think I would have gotten at least one of the other ones for sure. So good job.
Okay. Well, do you want to ask me one first?
Sure. I'll get the easy one out of the way.
All right.
We have Hulk Hogan, John Cena, The Undertaker, and Brock Lesnar and AJ Styles. What interesting Intercontinental Championship fact do they all have in common?
Is it that none of them have won the Intercontinental Championship?
That is correct.
Nice. AJ's never won the IC Championship, hey?
No, never.
Who is the youngest Intercontinental Champion?
The youngest Intercontinental Champion. My first instinct is to say Randy Orton. Then my other instinct is to say Drew McIntyre.
Ooh, I mean, Randy Orton is the youngest heavyweight champion of all time.
Right.
How old was he? 19 or something? Was he?
He was 20, 22 when he won the world title. So he was probably 21 when he won the IC title. Maybe even 20. Oh my God. For some reason, I'm getting pulled towards Drew McIntyre. I'm going to say Drew McIntyre. Final answer.
Oh. It's Jeff Hardy. Jeff
Hardy. Are you kidding me?
Won the championship at the ripe age of 23. So, yeah, so I don't know.
23. No, I think Orton was younger than that when he won the IC title.
Yeah, okay. Look, Andrew yeah, okay, look, I'm going to look up the list.
Challenge. I'm throwing the challenge flag out there.
Oh, do you? Okay, there you go. Boom. So that was for Jeff Hardy, right?
Orton was 24 when he won the world title, so I guess it would be close. All right, I accept it.
All right. There we go. I'm up 1-0, baby.
Chris Jericho is a 9-time IC champion. The Miz is an 8-time IC champion. There are 3 wrestlers who are 6-time IC champions. Name them.
Named 6 wrestlers?
3 wrestlers who are 6-time IC. Yeah.
Okay.
This is hard.
Is it?
Yeah. 2 of the names, yeah, for sure, but the third one I don't think you're going to get.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, there's been so much hot potatoing with them. Chris Jericho. So Rob Van Dam would be one of my guesses.
That's one. Yeah.
That was one of the easy ones?
That's one of the easy ones, yeah.
No,
these next 2 are this. Oh, man, it's tough. It's a tough question.
Tell
you what, one is from the Attitude Era.
Yeah.
Okay, and then one is from one person just got released from the WWE recently, and he's still around, but he just got released recently. He's still on TNA though. I'll give you that one. I'll give you a hint. He's on TNA.
Okay, so Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's the easy one too?
No, I think that was a hard one. But
oh wow. Okay. Well, I appreciate you giving me some hints. And so the Attitude Era guy, who was big, like Triple H?
I mean, also think TNA as well.
I didn't say final answer. Also think TNA as well. Christian? No. All right. Who was it? That's
Jeff Jarrett. Double J. Crazy. I never thought Jeff Jarrett would be a 6-time champion.
No, not at all. All right.
Good question.
What was the shortest Intercontinental Championship reign? And within 1 minute, like above or below 1 minute, what was the length of the reign? 2 minutes, I'll give you. 2 minutes. Within 2 minutes.
Oh, my Lanta.
I came out on my own on this one.
Woo!
Oh, yeah. I'll just say that I substituted some because one of Andrew's questions was who was the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion. And how long was it? Everybody knows. Yeah, but everybody knows that one. That's slam dunk. That's slam dunk.
Shortest.
Who's the shortest? The shortest reign. And we're talking minutes.
Man.
And we are talking new generation.
New generation. God, is it Marty Jannetty? No, it can't be. He was a week long. It could be Jannetty.
Yeah, but he had more than,
I'm thinking it must be like
I tell you, if you guess it, then we won't even bother with the. You could choose. You could do either the reign, the length of the reign, or the person. You don't have to do both.
I'll try the person.
What do you got?
New generation. So we're talking, what, 1993 to 1995, 96?
96. Right.
Short is it? Ahmed Johnson.
Wrong.
Final answer?
Sorry. No. Dean Douglas.
Dean Douglas! Oh, come on. Come on, Dean Douglas. Yes, of course.
And his reign was 13 minutes, almost 14 minutes.
Yes, he lost it to Razor. He took it off Sean because Sean was beat up.
And then immediately lost it to Razor.
Immediately lost it to Razor. Good. I should have known that. Good question.
Thank you. The longest reign, it just happened. We were at the show where he lost it. Do you know, just for fun, Bishop, who's the longest?
Gunther.
Yes.
How long was it? You had to say the exact number.
Yeah. Do you know
666 days.
Yeah. Look, I mean, Andrew doesn't know how. An easy question for me. I almost didn't get that AJ Styles one because I thought that AJ was an Intercontinental Champion. So, we're at different levels here. I should get a lot of easier ones, and Bishop should get ones that are really hard.
Which is the only WrestleMania to take place on a Monday.
It has nothing to do with the Intercontinental Championship.
Nothing to do with it at all. No.
WrestleMania 2.
Are you kidding me?
Boom.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, so I think you got to get this one right. Thank you. Just showing my dominance here. Even that one was not fair because we're doing IC titles. All right. I have a choice of... If you get this right, then we go into a playoff mode.
Okay.
Name the 5 men who held the IC title for more than a year.
For more than a year.
Yeah.
Pedro Morales. Macho Man Randy Savage.
Mm-hmm.
Gunther.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's 3.
More than a year. More than a year. Oof. Is it... Tito didn't have it more than a year, I don't think. Did Tito have it more? I'm going to say Tito.
Tito.
Santana.
Okay. And one more?
One more?
Yes, 5. So you got 4 out of 5. Who's your 5th? You've guessed
Honky Tonk
4
Man.
out of 5.
Honky Tonk Man.
Honky Tonk Man is 1, yes. But I was really hoping you were going to get Honky Tonk Man because that would have been funny.
It was so funny, yeah.
Yeah, so Tito Santana is not 1. Don Morocco.
Don Morocco. Damn.
I wouldn't even know how to give you a hint for that one. Was he the first or the second guy after, or was that Morales after Pat Patterson?
Morales
Let us
had
know
it
down in the comments,
before.
fans. Who was the number 2 IC champion? Was it Pedro
Number
Morales?
2 was Ken Patera. Number 2 was Ken Patera. Patera
No.
beat Pat Patterson.
Was he? Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes, of course. Of course. Man.
Go back and watch our Ken Patera interview in the archives from last year's WrestleCon.
I really should have finished reading that book. All right, Aaron. So there you go. You're a loser.
All right. I'm going to take a bunch of these.
Handful. Yes.
Here we go. Oh, Jesus. Oh, no.
I don't know. I'm going to try one just to see if we are.
Oh, my.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Wow. Oh, my God.
Holy sugar. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my God. I got hiccups.
You want to try one of these?
Oh, my God.
Careful.
It tastes so bad.
Andrew's dying here, too. Okay, there we go. Now we're all feeling bad. All right, well, I gotta say, Aaron, I'm impressed. You know, they actually don't taste too bad, but beyond the heat.
Oh my God.
Nice. All right.
Wowzers. Oh, we have to get through the Chronicles yet. Oh my God.
Yeah, I know. That's right. Let's hit the trivia music. I am 1 week up, and is next week the gummy bear punishment if you get it wrong?
We'll get there eventually.
All right, trivia.
Okay, continuing on with the Honky Tonk Man's Intercontinental Championship run. We left off in 1987, October of 87. Over the next few months, the Honky Tonk Man would solidify himself as one of the biggest names in the WWF. Honky was actually supposed to drop the title to Savage at the main event in February 1988. But in Honky's words, and as you alluded to earlier, Condon, that back in the days, the old days, the guys believed that if you got destroyed on television, your character was done. So when they mentioned the destruction of the Honky Tonk Man on television in front of 35 million people, Honky said, no way. But it helped Macho Man's career as he would go on to win the championship.
And if you listen to him tell this story on his shoot interviews, it's awesome. Like, he was going to walk out with the belt. He seems like he's a bit of a paranoid guy, but maybe the paranoia works. But he was suspicious of what was going on because the guy with NBC that did the Saturday Night main event, Dick Ebersol, he saw him sort of cozying up to Randy or something like that in the lead up to it, and suspected that he was going to be beaten in a decisive manner. So he more or less held the title up, and even called around to the NWA to see if they would be interested in him coming as the IC title champion. Yeah,
he may have had a offer under the table already in place with Crockett.
Yeah, so it's so funny because the Honky Tonk character, it could easily have lost that match, and he was never supposed to be the IC champion in the first place. So it's sort of like wild, and the domino effect that sent into motion, I believe, was $1 Million Man was supposed to win the tournament at WrestleMania 4, but because Macho didn't get the IC title back, they changed it to him winning the WWF title in the tournament in the end. So goes the legend of it.
Yep, and Honky Tonk Man confirmed that himself, and he alluded to some animosity between Ted and himself because of that, as there would be. As there would be. I'd be pissed if I was Ted DiBiase, man. Jeez.
Look, I suppose you can't really blame Vince for it, but it is just a domino effect. Honky Tonk didn't have anything to do with that decision being made, but there's nothing. I guess they didn't want to have two heel champions, right, at the same time.
Yeah, that makes sense. You got to have at least one face. Yeah. And the tag team champions at the time, they're probably healed in too. I can't remember who they were, but they're probably Demolition or Powers of Pain or someone.
Yeah. You talk about your hit series, the What Ifs. What if Honky did the deal there?
Did the honors. Yeah, did the job.
Because surely WrestleMania 5 would have been Hogan and DiBiase then, right? It wouldn't have been the Mega Powers exploding.
Oh, the landscape of the WWF would have been totally different. Totally different.
And look, and it's a lot better. So we really have Honky Tonk Man to thank for possibly the best storyline, certainly in the golden era, and to this day, top five feuds.
Honky, I know you're watching. Thank you so much for being you.
Maybe in some. No, it's good. That was a good one. That was an appropriate applause. Now you've met Honky Tonk Man, so you had the opportunity to thank him for this. I assume that you didn't. What was it like meeting the guy?
Honky, I've met a couple of times. He was great both times. Just an awesome, down to earth, really nice dude, man. He'll just take the time to talk to you and talk about anything you want to. I have nothing but good things to say about Honky Tonk Man.
Nice. I want to meet him someday too. He's one of the guys on my list, like Ken Patera. Okay. Nevertheless, Honky retains. They don't immediately punish him, which is another interesting thing. Like if he didn't want to lose on TV, they didn't just book him to lose at the next house show or whatever. Anyways, Vince let him keep it.
Yeah, on the contrary, his reign would continue on for a nice bit longer. He would be thrown into a feud against Brutus the Barber Beefcake right after his feud was done with Savage. Beefcake, he became the number one contender after winning his own feud against former tag team partner Greg the Hammer Valentine.
What was the name of that? What was the name of them?
The Dream Team.
Yes, there you go.
What's your favorite Dream Team match?
I didn't even know that they were called that. So I don't really have one. Did they ever fight? Did they wrestle at WrestleMania or anything?
Yeah, him and the Bulldogs, WrestleMania 2 Tag Team Championships.
Oh, really? That has to have been the best match on WrestleMania 2, I would say.
Honestly, it was.
Yeah,
it was. On the road to WrestleMania 4, Brutus vowed to win the IC title and give Honky a haircut. As he would with most of his matches, Honky would win by DQ when Jimmy Hart interferes. The fans wouldn't be disappointed, though, as Brutus would end up giving Jimmy a haircut instead. God love Jimmy Hart. The feud would continue after Mania and into the summer months after the Honky Tonk Man split the back of Brutus's head open after another tune landed on Casey's top 40.
Nice. Is that yours?
That was mine.
Good. Can we give him a little something?
Thank you.
I can't. I don't control this, okay?
It's all good.
So,
oh God. So anyway, let's get back down that track here. The boys, Brutus and Honky Tonk Man, they're feuding into the summer. Brutus was scheduled to face Honky Tonk Man at SummerSlam 88. Rumor has it Beefcake was going to win the title. Instead, 1 week before the event, they did an angle between Beefcake and Ron Bass, where he got his head sliced open with the spurs of Bass's cowboy boots.
Oh, wait now. So wait now. Are you telling me that this is not the Brutus the Barber Beefcake injury that destroyed his face?
No. Beefcake would get screwed over twice for the IC title. He was supposed to win it here. And we'll talk about that in a second. Yeah. He was supposedly going to win it here, but he was supposed to win it in 1990 before his parasail accident. He just got some bad luck. But a week before SummerSlam, they pivot. He gets beat up by Ron Bass. And due to the injury, Brutus would not be able to compete at that year's SummerSlam. Instead, Honky would face a mystery opponent. That mystery opponent would be the Ultimate Warrior.
And, I mean, listen, any kind of thoughts I may have had after hearing that he wouldn't do the job for Macho Man, it's put to rest here because nobody put over the Ultimate Warrior more than Honky Tonk Man. And in a sense made him, right? He wasn't, Warrior obviously was gaining momentum at this time, but this was his IC title. It was him coming to the dance. He got to a new level, and the match. How long was the match?
31 seconds.
I mean, he did the job. And he would say, I think he came out and he cut a promo, which was, I don't know how much of a stereotype or a cliche it was back then, but now it's like, I'll take anybody in that room, I'll take anyone, and then the baddest guy comes out and squashes you. Pretty classic stuff, and he did it and put him over clean, epically. I mean, a really great way to lose the title for somebody that cheated to hold it for as long as he did. It just makes perfect sense that he would just lose it like that.
Just get his handed to him like that. Absolutely. The fans loved it. According to Honky Tonk Man, this whole thing with Warrior, this was all built and seeds were planted 10 months in advance. Here's a quote from Honky Tonk. They had him in the plans after the Savage thing because Hogan wanted to go to Hollywood and he wanted to make movies and he was leaving the company. They needed someone. Vince was always into these big bodybuilders. It didn't matter if they could work or not. He just cared that they had these great bodies and that's all he wanted. The IC title belt was such a hot item that it was a stepping stone to the big belt. For him to get to the IC championship from me and keep it for 6 months or 8 months and then move up to the next level made him bigger and better than he ever would have been. It was a catapult to the next level, and I didn't have a problem when it was done that way. It was done, and everybody was professional about it. We knew about it 6 months ahead of time that was going to happen. We planned for it, and it was laid out the proper way. I didn't have any problem with that. It was my idea for a short match, as I knew that people would love it. End
nice.
Quote.
Yes, smart guy. A lot of respect for him for that. And I believe he would go on to sort of really hate the Ultimate Warrior. He hates everybody, but he had to work that loop then with the Ultimate Warrior. And the Ultimate Warrior apparently just hurt him every night. And it was always these squash matches, but whatever the Warrior would get in would always hurt like a son of a bitch. So he would go on to not be super pumped about doing the loop with the Warrior.
No. But if you listen to an interview with Brutus Barber Beefcake, he claims that the Warrior actually threatened to quit the WWF if he did not win the IC title belt. Brutus then did the angle with Ron Bass. The original plan was supposed to see Brutus and Honky Tonk Man continue their feud around the country, around the loop, with Honky Tonk Man chasing. Honky Tonk Man was so pissed that they gave into Warrior's demands that he would only do the 31-second match at a protest. But then Honky Tonk Man in another separate interview would go on to say that the plans for Warrior were very hush-hush. Only a small amount of people knew about it. He only told Jimmy Hart. And so it would make sense that Brutus was kept out of the loop. And this is what Brutus is saying.
It's hard to say because Honky is a carny. So who knows who's telling the truth there? I mean, in the nicest of ways.
Brutus could have been fed bull too from the company just to appease them. You never know, right? You never know.
Yeah, I mean, why would Brutus know about that, like in such detail? If Honky told Jimmy, Jimmy would tell Hogan, and Hogan would tell Beefcake. I mean, I could see that sort of line happening, but it doesn't make any sense. Like in Beefcake's scenario. What would happen if he never got injured then? If he hadn't got injured, he was going to win the title and Honky was going to work with him, right?
Well, he wasn't actually injured. They just did the injury angle.
Oh, so he didn't actually get sliced open by this guy's.
Well, he did, yeah, but that was planned. That was all planned.
I thought it was like an accident happened.
No. They actually did the angle to take Brutus out of the picture so Warrior could come in and be the mystery opponent. That was all planned.
Wow. Okay. Well, geez.
Brutus thinks that Warrior threatened to quit, and that's why he got the match, and that's why they had to go do the injury angle. But.
Okay, well, I mean, that's a lot better. I thought that. So wait now. So the parasailing accident, that was real, though, right?
That was real. That would happen 2 years after this.
Yeah, so hard to know sometimes what's real and what's not in the world of wrestling. So good to know that 2 freak occurrences didn't happen to poor old Brutus.
Yeah, I know. But, folks, that is the Intercontinental Championship run for the Honky Tonk Man. Leave your comments in the video here. Please let us know who you think is the greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time and be entered to win a BWF prize package. Action figures, t-shirts, stickers, rolling papers, and more. Just leave a comment and, of course, do us a favor and like this video. Thank you so much.
Is that the end of the episode?
No, that's not it. I don't know why. It did sound like I was finishing it off there, but before we go, I do want to say thank you for sticking around, fans. We have some great episodes coming up over the next few weeks. We are going to have the breakup of the Rockers. We are going to have the Mega Maniacs versus Money Incorporated. And you can go on our YouTube community page and you can vote for other future episodes. Please go on there. We want your feedback because we want to entertain you. But yeah, as a little treat, stick around. We have a video for you. You can watch it here. Don't worry, Pat. We're not going to watch. We don't have to watch it. We're going to stick it on post. It's for our fans at home. Okay.
You saw my dismay.
I did see your dismay. Don't worry, Pat. You're done. We don't have to watch it. This is for our folks watching this video. It's Goldust versus the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels, at a house show. It's a ladder match, and it's shown it's broken up into all the action spots. So it's really good. It's really, really well done. Whoever the poster is, thank you. This is a gold mine. Check it out.
Oh, good. Oh, man. That's it. The one that I use. Sweet chins. Man! Grab it! Do it for close! Grab! Yeah!
Anyway, don't take it serious because we don't watch the product. Have a good week, folks.
Yeah, see, that's what I wait for. That's how I know when it's over. Just do it one more time for me.
One more time. Yeah. Never take it seriously, folks, because we don't watch the product. Have a good week.
There you go.
Wrestling fans, subscribe to this amazing channel by clicking on the bell below. And when you're done watching this, go ahead and like it. If you leave a comment, you can win a free t-shirt. Then do yourself a favor and go look at our amazing Patreon page for free with the 7-day trial. You'll see first-person experiences from a multitude of wrestling events over the past 20 years, along with videos that any action figure collector would love to see. Finally, you can catch up on all of our previous episodes at BWFpodcast.com.